You ever find yourself just thinking about starting something new, your own thing, and you look around and, wow, the world of business opportunities is just huge,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. It's overwhelming.
Yeah. So many options, all claiming they'll give you freedom, fulfillment, but it's hard to know which one, if any, really fits you.
Finding that personal connection is key.
Exactly. So our mission today on the deep dive is going to be to cut through some of that noise.
Good plan.
We're diving into this really interesting concept from Phyllis Pieri. She's a franchise strategist, tons of experience, like 4 decades.
Wow. She knows her stuff.
And she's come up with these freedom franchise types. The idea isn't just pick any old business.
No, it's much deeper than that.
It's about finding your ideal model, the one that really clicks with who you are and what you want.
Phyllis actually says, when you work with Phyllis Pieri Franchise Strategist, you're not just picking a business. You're following a proven, personalized pathway to freedom. Sounds pretty good.
It really does. She uses her experience and network, over 200 franchisors, to match you based on lifestyle, values, goals. It makes you wonder, why would you go it alone?
Right, when there's a guide available.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. What's really so unique about getting your personal freedom franchise type? Why does it matter so much?
It's really about setting yourself up for success from the get-go. Think about
Okay.
it. When you find a franchise type that genuinely resonates with your interests, your skills, even just your personality,
Yeah,
your chances of actually succeeding long-term go way up.
makes sense. Less friction.
Exactly. And your risk goes down, too.
Yeah.
Like, if you love being out there connecting with people, building relationships, and you try to force yourself into a business that's super analytical, all behind the scenes, you're going to struggle. It'll feel draining.
Yeah, constantly fighting your own nature.
Precisely. But if you pick a model that plays to those strengths, it feels more natural. You're flowing with it. And ultimately, that leads to way more satisfaction, more enjoyment,
Yeah.
because it's not just a business.
Yeah.
It fits your life. It helps you live the life you actually want.
That really lands. It's not just about the bottom line. It's about the whole picture.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay, cool. So with that foundation laid, let's jump into these 4 distinct freedom franchise types that Phyllis identified. Let's see what they mean for you, the listener.
All right, let's do it.
First one up is the diva of deliverables. Okay, intriguing name. Sounds like someone who's amazing at getting things done for people, maybe with a bit of style.
Yeah, maybe a bit.
Yeah.
But the core idea, a lot of people hear service business and think they have to be the one doing the service.
Right, hands-on.
But the diva of deliverables finds freedom in leading the team that does the work. They thrive in a supportive community. They genuinely love meeting new people, networking.
Ah, so they're connectors.
Big time. They want to make a positive impact through a service. And they're brilliant at, say, delivering amazing customer experiences, managing projects, or overseeing teams effectively.
Okay, so give us some examples. What kind of franchises fit this diva?
Think about things like home repair services, where
Oh.
you're managing the electricians or plumbers, not doing the wiring yourself.
Gotcha.
Or maybe childcare centers, in-home senior care franchises, tutoring businesses, even things like travel agents, cleaning services, landscaping. The key is the diva is the CEO. They build and direct the team.
So it's definitely, like you said, leading the work, not doing it. It sounds like a team sport then, not for someone who wants to go it alone.
100%. That's the operational reality here. It absolutely requires a team.
And the biggest pitfall, trying to be a solopreneur in this model.
Oh yeah, that leads straight to burnout. Fast. No question.
Okay. What else is crucial?
Community involvement is huge. You have to be out there building trust, getting word-of-mouth referrals. If you're invisible, the business struggles, and you need really strong ongoing training for your team. Your reputation relies entirely on how well they perform, consistently.
So the challenges are falling into that solopreneur trap, maybe struggling to delegate effectively.
Yep, and balancing that need for community connection with actually running the business day to day.
Okay, so if someone's listening and thinking, hey, that sounds like me, what are the key actions for a diva to succeed?
Number 1, assemble a fantastic team. Competent, organized, people you can rely on from day one.
Right.
Number 2, get involved locally. Networking events, Chamber of Commerce, Rotary, maybe even volunteer. Build that network and reputation.
Be visible.
Exactly. And number 3, train, motivate, support your team constantly. Offer development opportunities. Remember, the franchise gives you the playbook.
But the diva brings it to life.
You got it, through their leadership and connection.
That's really fascinating. It's such a shift from doing to enabling. Okay, let's switch gears. different energy now. The networking ninja.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Ninja.
This sounds like someone who just loves making connections, maybe focused on B2B.
That's the heart of it, yeah. The networking ninja thrives on the sale. They love the conversations, the meetings, building relationships, especially with other businesses.
Okay.
They often like information fast. They want to make decisions quickly. They value speed and directness.
So what kind of businesses work well for a ninja?
You often see them in B2B services. Think business coaching franchises like the Alternative Board, Focal Point, Sandler Training maybe, or payroll services like Payroll Vault. Could also be Oasis, senior advisors, medical staffing, maybe even things like bookkeeping, certain marketing services, graphic design. Anything where leveraging connections drives growth.
Okay, that drive for speed sounds like a superpower for sales.
It can be.
But where does it trip them up?
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to checking things out properly. Due diligence.
That's the potential downside, exactly. The reality is, they live in networking ninja mode connect, which is great. And a good franchise system often lets them get started fast, maybe 90 days, so they can just focus on selling.
Okay.
But that natural impatience, that can be their Achilles heel. They might feel like digging into all the details, the franchise disclosure document, talking to other franchisees.
The waste of time, slowing them down.
Precisely. And that can lead to really costly, rushed decisions, big regrets later on.
Ouch. Any other common traps?
Yeah, sometimes they get mismatched with their contact person at the franchise company early on. If that person doesn't get their need for speed, it causes frustration, maybe stalls the whole process. And because they love closing a deal, sometimes they get so excited about the idea that they forget to ask the tough questions. They go beyond the sale, as Phyllis said.
Like they don't look deep enough?
They don't dig into the full investment picture, the operational nitty-gritty long-term.
That's a critical point, balancing that drive with caution. So how does a ninja avoid these pitfalls but still keep their momentum?
It takes some self-awareness.
Yeah.
They need to consciously try to set aside their assumptions, good or bad, about an opportunity.
Okay. Be objective.
Yeah. And be willing to ask for the right contact at the franchisor. Someone who gets their style, but will still make sure they get all the info.
Makes sense.
And critically, they have to look behind the curtain, get all the details, not just the shiny sales pitch. Use the sales drive, but add a strategic pause for due diligence.
Build on strength, but manage the weakness. Got it. Okay. Complete change of pace again. Type 3, the retail rock star.
Right.
I'm picturing someone who loves being in a physical store, right? Buzzing atmosphere, face-to-face with customers.
That's exactly it. The retail rock star has a real passion for the retail world. They want to be right there in the thick of it. Prime physical location is super important to them.
Well, location.
Pretty much. And they also see themselves leading a team, delegating tasks, building that customer-facing brand right there on the ground.
So what are some examples here? What kind of retail fits this?
Oh, it's diverse. Could be automotive repair places, pet stores that maybe do grooming or training too, kids services like play centers or learning centers, health and wellness spots, gyms, studios, sign shops, on-site tech repair, drug testing facilities, even things like hair salons for adults or kids. Think about hand and stone massage and facial, that kind of vibe. Location is really central for them.
Okay, location is king. But you mentioned earlier, it's not just about the location, is it? Even the best spot needs marketing, right?
Yeah.
And delegation.
You nailed it. That's the potential trap. Relying only on foot traffic because you have a great location. That's a mistake.
Yeah.
You still need active, smart marketing to draw people in consistently. And success absolutely depends on leading and empowering your team. The business needs to run smoothly, even when the rockstar owner isn't physically there.
So the challenges might be leaning too much on location.
Yep, and neglecting marketing. Or maybe having trouble letting go, trying to control everything themselves.
Leading to burnout again.
Exactly. And sometimes leadership doesn't come naturally. It might take some personal growth, building confidence, improving decision-making.
So how does a retail rock star make sure they build a business that works for them, not just because of them being there constantly?
Okay, 3 key things again.
Okay.
First, leverage all the marketing support the franchisor offers.
Yeah.
Follow the plan, customize it locally, use the national campaigns. Don't reinvent the wheel, but make it relevant.
Got it. Use the system.
Second, build that strong, capable team you can actually delegate to comfortably. Trust them, empower them.
Right. Let go a bit.
Yeah. And third, invest in yourself. Personal development for leadership skills, confidence, making those tough calls. Phyllis Pieri mentioned this with her own Sir Speedy franchise experience, treating employees well, motivating them, giving them autonomy. That's how she found her freedom.
That's a great insight. Applies everywhere, really.
Yeah.
Okay, final type. This one feels very current. That desire for flexibility, maybe building wealth alongside a day job, the side hustle superstar.
Yes, this one resonates with a lot of people today. The side hustle superstar wants to keep their current career, their job, but build an asset, build wealth on the side. They do this by overseeing the business from a distance, usually by managing a manager.
Okay, so they're not in the weeds day to day.
Not usually, no.
Yeah.
They tend to be numbers-focused, comfortable running things at arm's length, using data, KPIs to guide decisions. It's often called the semi-absentee model.
Semi-absentee, I've heard that term. Fascinating. So it's like being a remote CEO, focusing on the big picture, the key metrics. What are the operational realities and maybe the tricky parts for this superstar?
Their main role is managing the manager
Ah.
and staying laser-focused on those key performance indicators, the KPIs. Those numbers tell the story of the business's health.
Okay.
The tricky part is the balance. Balancing their primary job, maybe wanting some community involvement too, and giving the side business the oversight it needs.
Yeah, that sounds like a juggling act.
It can be. Other challenges include balancing the operations and sales aspects when you're not physically there 24/7. That absolutely demands a strong, trustworthy manager and a solid sales strategy.
Makes sense. You need someone great on the ground.
For sure. And another trap for this type, being numbers-focused, is getting lost in the data. Analysis paralysis. Overthinking instead of acting.
Ah, yes. Paralysis by analysis. So, for this side hustle superstar, that balance is everything. And it seems like technology and really smart delegation must be even more critical if you're not there every day. How do they manage it all?
You're absolutely right. Tech is huge. They might need external sales support, especially if there's an outside sales part to the business.
Okay.
It's also really important for them to balance that data focus by still building relationships through actual conversations, maybe with key staff or partners, not just looking at spreadsheets.
The human element.
Exactly. They need clear boundaries, prioritized tasks, maybe specific times blocked out for community stuff, specific times for business oversight calls with the manager.
Structure is key.
Definitely. And effective delegation, really trusting and empowering that manager and team. Plus, using technology smartly. Think good CRM systems, scheduling software, project management tools, anything to streamline operations when you're managing remotely.
Wow. So 4 very different paths. What we've really seen today is that each of these freedom franchise types, the diva, the ninja, the rock star, the side hustle superstar, they really do call for different strengths, different personalities, and offer totally different lifestyles.
That's the core message, yeah. The idea Phyllis Pieri really champions is that genuine success, and maybe more importantly, real satisfaction in your business.
Yeah.
It comes from that deep, honest alignment between you and the model you choose.
And I guess that's where having a guide, a strategist, becomes so valuable.
Absolutely. Trying to navigate, thousands of franchise options out there, it's a maze.
Yeah.
Someone like Phyllis, with that deep experience, she knows the landscape. She knows the good, the bad, and the ugly, as she puts it. She can help you figure out which of these freedom types truly fits your personal blueprint. And that leads to that win situation. Good for you, good for the franchisor, good for the customers.
And it's worth remembering that built-in support system with franchising too, right? You're not totally on your own.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
You've got the franchisor's framework and support, often a dedicated coach, plus this whole network of other franchisees you can connect with, learn from people who've been there.
That community aspect seems really powerful across the board.
It really is. It's designed to help you succeed.
So it really does make you pause and think, what kind of entrepreneur are you, really? As you listen to this, maybe consider your own journey, maybe even think about taking a quiz to see which freedom franchise type resonates.
Yeah, which one just feels right.
Exactly. Which model speaks to your skills, your passions, and the actual lifestyle you want for yourself? Because finding that fit, that sounds like where the real freedom begins.
That's the goal, finding your path to freedom.
Powered by yourfranchisecoach.com.